ever been in the middle of cooking a meal and you realize that you're missing ingredients? Or maybe you've wanted to cook something, but you don't have the right equipment to cook what you want to cook, or you have the right equipment, but maybe it would be inconvenient for you to use it. Well, I want to share with you 10 substitutions in your kitchen. So, to help combat against this. And some of these are going to be not what you would normally think about when you think about different substitutions that you can make. Welcome to A Great Cooker. I'm Serfronya, and we'll go ahead and get started with those substitutions. The first one I want to talk about is grilling, like barbecue grilling. I love barbecue, the taste of it. But to be honest with you, I don't know how to barbecue. I have a confession. I actually own a barbecue grill. It is in my backyard, but I don't know how to use it. And my hope is always that when family comes to visit, someone who enjoys barbecuing will visit me and use my barbecue grill. But in the meantime, there is a substitution for that, and it is liquid smoke. And liquid smoke, let me see. Does it show it here? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it is gluten-free. And I'm not going to lie, you can't really make food taste like it came off the grill, but this does a very good job of giving you a smoky flavor to your food. When I first discovered this a long time ago, I was using it the wrong way because the ingredients will tell you, let me see if it says. It actually doesn't really give ingredients, but it says that one serving is a teaspoon. And so for a long time when I was using this, I was just kind of dripping or drizzling it over my food. And that was wrong. It will absolutely, in my opinion, it will ruin the taste of your food. You want to use this extremely sparingly. I mean, like a drop. If you're marinating something, mm, you could put a drop of this in and stir it in, or maybe two drops, but I wouldn't do any more than that. And give it a try. I make a turkey burger in the on the indoor contact grill, and I put an egg in it to keep the turkey together. And so what I do is I'll drip one or two drops of this into the egg mixture, and then that way when I mix the egg in with the meat, it all the burgers wind up with this smoky flavor. Another substitution if you will, is the air fryer. There's a lot of times where I don't want to heat up my entire kitchen with my oven, and so I will cook in my air fryer instead. Make sure to subscribe if you like air fryer recipes, because I have a lot actually already on the channel, and I'm going to be adding a lot more. But of course, this is not a necessity. I want to share with you a time when I literally used the air fryer as a substitute for an oven. When my family and I relocated to another state, we were in a hotel for 10 days while I was looking for us to find our new home that we were going to move into. And as you know, moving is already expensive. So I bought an air fryer, not this one. This is a really big one. I bought, I think, a 4-quart, plugged that in the hotel room. Um, Literally, the only spot for me to put it was on the dresser. There was a giant dresser with a table, or a giant dresser with a TV. And I just put the air fryer next to the TV, and we cooked in there and we ate out of there for 10 days. Now, this was not gourmet food. It wasn't even keto. It was, convenience foods like frozen chicken nuggets and that sort of thing. But in a pinch, it got the job done. It actually turned out to be a very useful substitution in the kitchen for the kitchen, I guess you would say. The next substitution I want to talk about are oils. I cook keto right now and only keto. So I try to use keto friendly oils. But the truth of the matter is that I have found that you can substitute any oil with any oil in the kitchen. Right now, because I use keto, sometimes keto recipes will call for things like avocado oil. And this might not be something you have on hand. As a matter of fact, I have it on hand, but I barely use it. And that's because a lot of times I forget I have avocado oil and I just use olive oil in its place. To me, they're completely interchangeable. It does slightly change the flavor of your food, but either is fine. Also, another one that you can interchange if you are keto is coconut oil. If you don't have those other two oils on hand, you can just break out the coconut oil. I do get refined because I don't actually like the taste of coconut. I just like the oil. So the refined one does not taste like coconut. The next substitution I want to talk about is soy sauce. I do have soy sauce, but I have used soy sauce in so many of my recipes that I've kind of gotten tired of the flavor. So if you're tired of the flavor of soy sauce or you just don't have any on hand, you can also use coconut liquid aminos. I actually just got a brand new bottle of it. I don't know why, but I prefer the taste of this over soy sauce. Now, this is gluten free, but I just want to make you aware that this is the least amount of sugar that I could find in coconut liquid aminos, and that's 2 grams. I do try to cook sugar free, but I understand some things I just can't find sugar free. So in that case, I try to stick to 2 grams or less. You know, I mentioned not knowing how to grill, but liking grilled food. I am currently using this Hamilton Beach indoor, I think it's called a contact grill. And I use this in place of an outdoor grill. No, it doesn't have the same taste. But remember before when I mentioned the liquid smoke? I will use that on different foods. I'll add that liquid smoke sometimes, and then I'll cook it on this grill. And I like it for many reasons. First of all, it catches a lot of the grease. The grease just drips down into this drip pan on this one. In the past, if you see some of my other videos, I used to have I think it was a 7 or 8 person serving of a George Foreman grill. It took up a lot of counter space. It was a big old mamma jamma. But this one supposedly cooks 6 burgers. If they're frozen, it doesn't really. But if you form the burger patties yourself, I think you might be able to fit 5 or 6 on here. And to me, this is a great little tool, and it's great to use instead of grilling outdoors. Like I said, taste isn't the same, but I still think it's a good substitution. Next, now you can, this is a substitute, but also just can save you a lot of time in the kitchen. And that is, say you need an onion in your recipe and and you don't have any onion. Or you might be like me and you have onion, but you don't feel like chopping it. So I always keep minced onion on hand. And I go through I go through bottles of this. I pretty much have to buy this weekly or every 2 weeks, is what I'm saying. Because even if I do feel like chopping up my onion, I make a lot of marinades, and I don't feel like chopping for marinades, so I just use the dried minced onion in my marinades. But you also could sprinkle this on your meats or use it in any recipe if you don't have onion. And along the same lines as the onion, most or a lot of recipes call for chopped garlic, which you also may not have or may not want to chop. So you can keep minced garlic in water. You can keep this in your fridge. I think, yes, it does say refrigerate after opening. It's on the shelf in the grocery store. But once you open it, you want to refrigerate it. So this is so convenient. There's like I just recently started using fresh garlic again because when I was cooking, for a lot more and for a lot more people, I just wanted to save as much time as possible. So I always, always have this in my refrigerator. Next, if you find yourself without a lemon, don't worry about it. Just make sure you always have a bottle of lemon juice in your fridge. I actually used to buy these in the giant bottles that you could get at Costco or Sam's Club, but these days, actually this one's still small. I'm not sure why I have this such a small bottle, but they come in those little squeezed lemons, but depending on how much cooking you do, these come in all different sizes. And I, off the top of my head, do not remember how much how much of this concentrate you need to equate to 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon. And I will try to remember to put that on the screen for you. But this is just have this on hand. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is so good that I'm actually fine without using a real lemon. It's just that, like I said, I'm on a mission to use as many fresh ingredients as possible. But there were years where the only lemon you would find in my fridge was this. And the same is true for lemon juice as limes. I don't even have a lime. I did have one. I bought one for this video, but I think someone used it to make juice. So, but that's okay. So if I had gone looking for that lime and it was missing, I would just go ahead and whip this out. And this is lime, 100% lime juice. It's concentrated, I think. And you use it the exact same way you use the lemon juice. To me, very, very good. Now, I will say, unlike the lemon juice, which I don't really notice a flavor difference, I do think that a real lime does have a better flavor than this lime juice. But to me, this is still perfectly acceptable as a substitution. Next, I want to talk about fresh herbs. I used to buy them with the intention of using fresh herbs, and a lot of times they would go bad in my fridge before I'd actually get to them. But don't worry, you can pretty much, if there's an herb, there's a dried version of it. So I'm just showing you my spice cabinet here. And these are just spices I use all the time. And yeah, even pepper. You can get you some dried cayenne pepper. We talked about the garlic substitutions and the onion substitutions. An additional substitution on those is onion powder and garlic powder. That works great as well. And even you can even get peppers. I think I just said that. These are crushed red peppers. And you can even get these spices in a combo, so you don't have to, with this one, you don't have to shake out marjoram, oregano, thyme, rosemary, basil, and sage. You don't need separate bottles for all of that. You can just use this Italian seasoning. So it's always great to have all the different seasonings, all the different herbs that you use to have dried versions of them in your pantry in case you need a quick substitute. Well, those are my 10 substitutions that I use in the kitchen, and I really do use them all the time. They're extremely handy. Those items are extremely handy to keep on hand. Please let me know what type of substitutions you use. I have way more than 10, but those are just the ones that I thought might really help you. But if you'd like to know more, let me know in the comment section. And thank you so much for tuning in to A Great Cooker, and make sure to check out the next video that the AI algorithm is going to direct you to.